Hey guys, Ethan Gladwell here with Medicare Millennials, where we're teaching you folks how to sell Medicare year-round. I know that I've been pretty adamant about talking about Medicare Advantage on these videos. It's just because I've been most excited about it. It's what I run into the very most, but that does not mean that I do not sell Medicare supplements. I run into a few every week when I'm out running appointments, and I get just as excited about those as I do Medicare Advantage. The people that have supplements truly love their supplement. Maybe their mom or dad had one, and their mom and dad went through cancer or dementia or whatever it is, and it paid every single bill. All they had to make was that once a month premium, and they knew that they were taken care of. The people that have Medicare supplements that can afford them truly do love them, okay? And so a lot of times Medicare Advantage isn't for these folks. So when I run into somebody that has a Medicare supplement, I still, believe it or not, run into some Plan Fs. But I mostly run into Plan Gs, and a lot more popular these days are Plan Ns. And so today I kind of wanted to go over something. An agent had presented something to me that they had ran into last week in the field that really got me to thinking, what would I do if I ran into that situation? Again, Plan F, we know what's kind of happened with that after 2020, so it's not near as popular, so I don't really want to go into that today. I'm really going to be focused on Plan G and Plan N, and which one, after hearing the situation that this agent is in, which one that I would go with, and really why. So what had happened is the gentleman had ran into a client a year or two ago, had a Plan G, nothing wrong with it, completely healthy, husband and wife, and he had suggested a Plan N. Now, on a Plan N, it does or can come with a $20 copay per doctor visit. Now, based on my understanding, it's at the doctor's discretion, but as we all know, doctors like cash. We all enjoy cash, and they're going to get as much as they can. So more often than not, they're going to get charged that $20 copay. Now, with that being said, really, you've got to worry about the Part B excess fees, but today we're just going to really talk about that Part B deductible and that $20 copay. So the situation is he had turned around, sold them a Plan N, and everything was going very well for a year, and then he gets a phone call from that client that says, hi agent, this is whoever, and I just wanted to call and let you know I was diagnosed with cancer. Now, the good news is it's stage 0, but I will be doing chemo, radiation, one of those two, 4 times a week for 6 weeks. And I went to my very first one, and the doctor's charging me a $20 copay. Can you please explain to me what's going on? Well, golly, the savings, the cost savings of that Plan N sure were nice throughout that 1 year that they had them. But quite honestly, guys, the premium difference can be anywhere from $5 up to about $25 a month, okay? So if somebody's out there and they've got a supplement and, they're not tremendously hurting, saving somebody $5 is great. Sure, saving somebody $25 absolutely helps. But when this situation comes up is when you could really hurt them. And so what had happened is she was like, well, I would like to go ahead and go back to the Plan G. Well, Mrs. Jones, the problem is you've already been diagnosed with that cancer and you've already started treatments. So now that we've already done so, we have to wait until you get finished and then clear 2, 3, or even 4 years before we could even potentially put you back into that Plan G. So all I can let you know is you will be responsible or can be responsible for that $20 copay every single time you go and get that chemo. And that can hurt, especially at 4 times a week, every single week. That's an additional $80. So 80 times 4 is $320. That supplement all of a sudden can cost over $400 in this particular situation. Again, sure, you may have saved them $300 from the last year going from G to N. Everything's great, but the moment something like that happens, you can be in trouble. And so that client, is not in a very good situation. I advise that agent, hey, that client needs to call the doctor to see if they can work with them and say, hey, look, I don't have that money. There's just no way that I can afford that. And can we waive that? Can we do 2 times a week? Or whatever it may be, can we do anything other than what I've been given? So guys, moving forward, after hearing this situation, I always let the client decide, but if you are not telling that person that they might be responsible for a $20 copay and something like this happens to them where they're having to pay $20 a pop every single time, then shame on you, okay? Make sure you're telling folks this and let them decide. Say, look, Mrs. Jones, sure, we're going to save you $15 a month, and that's awesome, right? Sure. But should something like cancer or where you have to go get regular checks, anything like that, you could be responsible for $20. So that $15 savings could end up costing us, like in this example, $320 a month. That's huge. That's terrifying. So I think what I'm going to do moving forward, just my personal opinion, you guys can think the way that you want. I think moving forward, saving that $5, $10, $15 may be worth it to that client. But I'm most certainly going to let them know, hey, look, here's the situation that I've seen where this could really get dirty and messy and something that you might not even want to deal with should that happen to you. Is it worth saving the $10? Is it worth saving the $15? Or would you rather have a little bit of peace of mind knowing, guess what? Should anything like that happen to me, I'm taken care of. I'll pay my Part B deductible of, I believe it's $203 this year, and then after that, I'm taken care of. So, guys, just make sure you're letting your clients know. Don't get so caught up in the whole cost savings, saving them $10, $15. Go over the plan details with them. Make sure that they understand, should something like that ever happen to them, if they choose an N, they might be responsible for that copay. So make sure you're doing that. You're never going to run into any sort of situation or problem like that again. I feel for that agent. That's tough, but that's part of it. That's a learning curve. And again, if you guys are pitching plan ins or you have any suggestions on how the doctor might forget that, please reach out. We'd love to know. That way I can reach out to that agent and let them know. So hope you guys got something out of this, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.